be able to achieve, you can now achieve from your startup phase as an SME. Okay? It's primarily because the cost of these systems is so much cheaper than the traditional hardware-based system. Okay? So just picking a few examples, telepresence I talked about earlier in terms of knowing where your colleagues are. Integration with things like Outlook, so I can click to dial, or somebody's record pops up on my screen when they're calling me. Okay? Faxing from the desktop, getting your voicemails as emails. Okay? All of these things come out of the box with these sort of products. They're included in the price. I felt obliged to put a slide on about this because when I chat to people in the pub, VoIP, that means you sound like a robot and it's really bad quality. Again, it's that Skype mentality a lot of people have. Okay? So I just want to have a quick discussion around this, and I'm going to make a very bold statement, which is true. There are no quality issues with VoIP as a technology. Full stop. Okay? The issues are generally around poor or unsuitable lines, broadband lines, lease lines, whatever they are, that are being used to carry the VoIP traffic. Okay? Now, this is something that needs to be considered. It isn't necessarily the case you're going to plug in a VoIP phone if you've got a crackly broadband line at home and it's going to work perfectly. Okay? Those of you who are interested in techie figures, about 100K of bandwidth is enough to give ISDN quality calls. Okay? So that might not mean anything to some of you. Those it does, write it down, take it away. If you're planning something like this, you need to allow about 100K to get your calls of the same quality as ISDN. There are lots of other considerations. When we implement this for businesses, there's a concept called quality of service, QoS. We have to think about their network infrastructure, the service providers, how they sit, how they pair with each other. There's quite a few considerations around the quality that you have to think about. And obviously, I'm going to say this, get a good partner or supplier, somebody who can guide you through this, and somebody, if there are any problems, can sort it out for you. Okay? Business continuity is a subject I could talk about all day. It's one of my specialisms, so we're not going to have time to get into it in any detail here, but just a thought from the telephony perspective. So many businesses, just a quick poll of hands, who's got a good business continuity plan in place in their business? Nobody. Okay? We're entrepreneurs, we're starting a business, we're busy making money, we don't want to worry about what's going to go wrong. Okay? And what normally happens, business goes forward for a few years, they then have some sort of event, a fire, a flood, or something like that, which means they suddenly start thinking about business continuity. It's not just fires and floods. If somebody had said to me on the 1st of February last year that one day soon none of your staff would be able to get into your central London office and your business wouldn't be able to run properly, I'd have laughed. By the 3rd of February, exactly that had happened. Yeah? We couldn't get anybody into the office when it snowed last year. Okay? People digging up roads, that's a business continuity issue. They go through cables, they go through comms cables, they go through power cables. It can knock your business over. Gas leaks, bomb alerts, all of those things that may just stop you getting in the building. It's not just about the building blowing up, it's about your ability to do business being taken away. As I say, I'm not going to go into the subject in great detail. You must think what would be the effect on your business, and this is not just a telephony and IT issue, this is much bigger issues that you need to think about. But with respect to telephony, traditionally businesses couldn't afford to offset that risk, because to have a fully working phone system, okay, as a backup, generally you needed another phone system. They're expensive, you needed another whole set of lines at an alternate site, okay? And we used to tell our customers it was typically 20 days to recover by the time you've got the new lines in at an alternate location, you've got a new system up and running, etc., etc. The customers that we run VoIP PBXs for now, we commit to recovering them within 30 minutes. Okay? We say 20 minutes we aspire to, within 30 minutes is our service level agreement with them. Okay? So they lose their office, they can't get into their office, whatever it is, their phone system is fully working again within 20 minutes. If anybody wants to know the really boring technical details of why that is, come and have a chat with us later and I'll explain. And one of the other things to think about in terms of business continuity, I talked earlier about how these systems allow us to telework, they allow us to use soft phones from home. That saved, well, it saved my business, but it saved the days trading for us as an organisation on the 2nd of February 2009, okay? Because our business continuity plan said, okay, the management team were all prepared to work from home. We got in, we could see who else was connected to our system, and we operated our business nearly perfectly. The fact is, there were no customers to talk to, and nobody logged a single support call all day because everybody was home making snowmen. But okay, we've got about 4 minutes left. I think they're quite tight with the time here. I'll take a few questions in a second. If anybody's interested further, there's my email address. Don't hesitate to drop me a line. Our website. We're over at the other side on stand 714. We've got a lot of this kit you can come and look at and experience and see how it works. I deliberately didn't do a demo here today because I thought I might lose some of you. So by all means, come and have a look at a demo. We've got some really good techies over on the stand as well, if any of you want any sort of free, impartial IT advice as well. So, any questions? The question there was the debate about going with your own PBX versus a subscription-based service. When you're very small, you're a sole trader. It depends where your business is going and the growth rate at which you expect your business to develop. These things aren't expensive, and we generally can prove a return on investment sometimes within about 8 months of buying one of these as opposed to going with a subscription-based service, and it grows with you. And without the cost line going up like that. Does that answer your question? The question is, if you've got a soft phone and you've got quality issues with it, plugged into your PC, would buying a traditional desk IP phone make any difference? No. Unless there's something seriously wrong with your PC. Generally, the quality issues will be the line and the comms. The device, all the hard phones think of them as a mini PC with a handset on it. So no. Okay, this is a very good question. The question was, once you buy the device, is there a monthly fee? No. Probably I should have explained that a bit better. The subscription-based services are all based around a monthly charge. This is then buying a phone system for yourself. Now, obviously, when you make calls out to the BT network, there's going to be some call charges involved. You obviously need appropriate comms in place, whether it's DSL or broadband. You need to be able to connect to the outside world. But basically, the technology itself is yours. You buy it. Any other questions? Okay, if there's no more questions, we'll wrap it up there. I'm going to hang around here for a couple of more minutes. Plenty of my colleagues outside who'll give you any advice you want, or stand 714 if you want to come and have a chat with us. Thank you for your time.